Hello everybody, this is Gleaming Colt. Back with a Transformers figure review. There's a couple reasons why I haven't done this in a while. The style of video. One, Koenigsegg Jesco video really honestly bombed hard. Honestly, and I just stopped for a while, and I was going to make this video a couple weeks ago, but circumstances and I don't know, I think I just lost motivation to make videos for a while. But there's a project I'm working on, which I might bring up a little later in the video. Anyways, in today's video, we are talking about Studio Series 83, 82, I don't know, 80, I think it's 80, I'll put it on screen which one it is. Bumblebee movie, Soundwave. And right off the bat, we have a Decepticon. I was talking about a Decepticon for my first video, and then Autobot, Maximal. So, finally, we're going back into the bad guys, because I don't know why, I just don't have much bad guys. Anyways, so, robot mode. Very, very accurate to the on-screen counterpart. I mean, you didn't get to see it too much, but that's mainly because, well, he was only there for 5 minutes. No, I have not seen the Bumblebee movie yet. I've only seen Rise of the Beasts, and admittedly, I think it's a good movie. But opinions, I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 movie. I think it is still a good 7.5, maybe 8 out of 10 film. But I do not think it's a great movie. But anyways, no, I think it's a great movie, just not as good as I thought. But anyways, Soundwave here looks really good. This is honestly so much better than the Dark of the Moon version. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think that's thing cool. I think the Revenge of the Fallen one's cool, though, but I don't think the Dark of the Moon one's even cool. Alt mode's cool, that might be the only reason I buy it. But, like, we have a great robot mode. I have some complaints, and that will come a little later. But the biggest thing is the hands. They look a little strange, in my opinion. They don't look terrible, but there's just something, I don't know, off about it. But honestly, just about, this guy looks really, really good. He does have a gimmick, and that is his door opening gimmick. That was, it's very satisfying to do that. Though it's a little weird that you can get to see, and if I can just move. You can kind of see the transformation chest in there, which, I mean, as many people complain about that thing, I don't understand that. So, honestly, robot mode's good, but there's a couple issues, but mainly in posing that I want to get, talking about. But robot mode itself is great. Head sculpt is great, honestly. The only thing that bothers some people, but not me, really, is the face looks sad, and I know this is a horrible way to do this. I could zoom in, but I don't want to right now. He looks sad, which is weird, but honestly, I don't mind it too much. It probably was just I don't know. Probably just a mistake. But honestly, this guy just looks good. The calves are a little bit thick. If you don't notice, they're a little bit thick, but I can't get too mad about that. Like, why should I? But, yeah, robot mode is a great-looking robot mode. And, well, I think we should probably get into some scaling, because this guy is a big figure. Size comparisons. So, first figure I have is Transformers Legacy Skids. Christmas was a big part of getting a bunch of new Transformers figures. But, yeah, we got Skids. And, yeah, he definitely, towers over Skids. Like, Skids goes up to his own stomach, basically. I mean, that really does just shows the overall scale of this guy. I have got, one more character I want to do a side comparison for, and, yeah. And that figure is Senator Shockwave. Still don't know how you're Shockwave. How are you goddamn Shockwave? That's a different rant that I'll explain later. So, these guys, they look good. They're roughly around the same height. Technically, the Senator Shockwave is a little taller, but that's only because of the shoulder pylons. If you take away those, Soundwave is bigger. Though I'm starting to wonder, are Studio Series figures just generally bigger than the normal, like, Chug figures? I don't know. But yeah, that's the size comparison. So I think we should talk about posing, where the real issues, in my opinion, come in. Now, posing. This is where it becomes an issue. Now, before I do this, I do need to take the shoulder cannon off, because it can. That's also in accessories, and we'll talk about that just after posing. So, head movement. That is really bad with the shadow. Can move kind of up, kind of down, a bit to side, and then, of course, it can swivel. It's on a tight swivel ball joint, which I love, so nice. Now, first problem, the posability. The shoulders. This is actually a minor part of the posability problems I have. Like, yeah, they are the hot rod shoulders, but I don't see that as a negative, in my opinion. Like, it's not bad. It would have been better if they were lower, but I do understand why they did it. So, yeah. This is where the actual problem is. I know this is for transformation, but, like, if you want to move the arm, usually I'd move it from the bottom. It would move up here. But the thing is, the arm, if you want to make it look natural, is like that. So it's a little annoying, in my opinion. Not enough to, like, make me hate this thing. Yeah, so it's not bad. The third thing is, then we get to the legs. Well, by the way, yeah. Anyways, complaints out of the way. Arms, they move out like that. Forwards and back, full 360. Elbow has a pretty good bend. Yeah, elbow has a pretty good bend, which can be quite nice, especially during the posing. No hand rotation because, you know, apparently it's a Voyager class with no wrist swivel. That's okay. For some reason, Voyager class Shockwave has no, bicep swivel. Anyways, before we get back into the posing, monoskirt. This really, when it's up, implies that his torso is very short. Very, 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 very long legs. And also, it really inhibits the leg rotation forward. If you do move it up, you get a pretty respectable kick. And then backwards, it's even more. And out to the side is pretty good. Not bad. Knee is very good, honestly. This is a very good knee. And feet have a huge toe down, a huge pivot, a swivel in the foot, which is actually quite rare, but honestly, I like that. More figures should have swivels in their feet. And not really any toe up. So, honestly, this guy's a very above average in the posing. The problem is some of the posing can look weird due to how this figure was designed. So, yeah, I think before we do get in... But, yeah, so I think we should probably talk about accessories. And these are his accessories. You get a gun, a rifle, a really... I don't know why I dropped it. A really good, nice-looking rifle. That is Blast Effect compatible. And actually, somehow very compatible with a Marvel action figure I had that came with some Blast Effects. So, yeah, it looks nice. It has a blue handle. I don't know why. And then you get his shoulder rocket, which apparently you can swivel this down to where it can become his gun. Especially since it needs something with Ravage in order to look more accurate. That's not his gun. That is too goddamn big to be his gun. So, anyways, good accessories. Transformation. So, transformation. Well, it's fine. It's not the world's greatest. There is definitely better. And you'll see me in the transformation. It's in the video. I'm, like, forgetting how to do some steps sometimes. I mean, it's good-ish. Like, it's not great. It's too simple, but at the same time, it's very confusing, but at the same time, not fun. And, I mean, the best thing I can say is, it's better than Studio Series 49, Bumblebee, F you. And here we have Soundwave's hover car. Yeah, this is a hover car. I don't know why so many people are trying to call this thing a ship. I know it doesn't look much like anything. This is essentially Soundwave curling up into a ball. But in my interpretation, this guy is an armed hover car. I mean, it does kind of look like it, but this is no way a ship. This is no way this thing goes in the air and flies. This is just a hover car. So, for what it is, it's not bad. I mean, they didn't have an alt mode to work with, but, I mean, it's not a bad alt mode. Transformation to get here is pretty good. I already talked about that, but reasons. The only issues I have are, this part right here never wants to stay together. Okay, I guess it wants to stay together right now. Okay, so, of course, when I'm filming, it never wants to stay together. But, I mean, okay, I guess it, never mind. Criticism retracted. That thing is holding in the best it's ever have. So, what do I like about this thing? It has really nice detail inside. Let me see if I can get my light to work. There we go. It's got some really good detail inside. And overall, this just, it does look good-ish. But at the same time, this is a hover car, but at the same time, I mean, it could have been a little bit better. But I do think it's a good alt mode. Okay, I'm probably like the only person saying this is a fine alt mode. It's not perfect. There are much better alt modes. The Siege version, I think, is much better in terms of alt modes. But, you know, this is not as bad as I thought it looked in pictures. Especially when, of course, you fold these all the way in. Then it actually looks a bit more intentional. So, yeah. Alt mode-wise, pretty good. And overall thoughts, this figure is good. Not perfect. It does have some flaws. But honestly, I think this is a great figure. Robot mode is definitely superior over alt mode. Transformation is okay. It's not terrible. It's much better off camera than on camera, I have to admit. It's not fun. It is fast, but it isn't fun, but it's not terrible. It's not like the fucking Studio Series 49 Bumblebee. I would punch that thing, but I have a reason I'm not going to. My hatred is kind of grown on that. I might need to make a smaller video to explain why. Anyways, so, Studio Series 82, 83, I don't know. Soundwave, I think it's 82. Hold on, is it 81? It's 83. I just checked the box, because yes, I keep the boxes. It's Studio Series 83 Soundwave. Okay, so, I'm stupid for not remembering that. Anyway, so, good figure. But yeah, do I recommend getting it? Yeah, don't get it from scalpers. It's worth its Voyager price, but I wouldn't pay more than that, if that makes sense. But I still think this is a great figure, and honestly, one of my favorite Soundwave designs, in my opinion. So, yeah. Before I go, though, there is a couple things I want to talk about real quick. First, don't expect too many videos after this one. Not because I'm burnt out or anything, but there is a specific project I want to work on that is not going to be talked about too much until I get further along with it, or basically near completion. But what you can expect is a type of video that is definitely, well, more like a short, but I'm not honestly going to say this, very much, honestly, almost a copy and paste kind of a video series that I've watched from a YouTuber, which I find funny. So, maybe expect a couple of those until a specific video I'm not talking about is released. Then we'll get back into the normal flow. Don't expect no videos, just expect fewer. And yeah, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, please like, subscribe, comment down below your feedback. I'm always reading guys' comments, and join up on my Discord server. We're always having a lot of fun there. And yeah, bye.